Now, as you know, the Minister of Trade has taken his turn to speak with the media and giving updates on the Komenda sugar factory. Let's hear Alan Chamating on that project. A lot of money gone into it, and we are now told that we are going to give it out for how much? We'll be right back. Let's listen to him.
Put now on the factory is significantly less than the value of the plant as one would determine based on the loan that was procured. And in actual fact, the original exercise that was commissioned to divest government's interest in this factory was clear that most of the bidders were not prepared to pay $35 million for the factory. So we have had to deal also with that challenge. And a forensic audit has actually been commissioned to go into this exercise. Mr. Speaker, I'm pleased to announce that the paid evaluation process has been completed by the transaction advisor, and a recommendation has been made for the consideration of the Ministry and of Cabinet. So, Speaker, I envisage that the final decision in respect of this matter will be taken by the end of April.
If they are valuing this at $12 million, that is armed robbery. How can a country borrow $35 million to build a factory, and this factory was valued at $35 million when it was built? How come a very short time you are telling us that it's valued at $12 million? What happened to the $22 or $23 million?
Kweku, start with Haruna. One of the things that don't make sense in this country. This is just one of them. Okay, so help us appreciate what is going on.
Samson,
we go borrow $35 million,
yes,
and in a matter of 2 years or less, the same thing we are going to give out for $12 million.
Samson, thank you very much. Interestingly and coincidentally, the commissioning of Komenda was my last official function as Minister for Trade before I exited to the Ministry of Employment. So I supervised the process of procurement, and I should put on record that this $35 million was provided by the Indian government. It is available in the minister's file. The Indians had raised even some objection to what they call misprocurement. We rectified that and undertook some process and were to construct a 1250 TCD capacity. The Export Development and Agriculture Investment Fund, EDIF, even made some contribution to construct the access road of up to 3.5 million. So you are even talking of $37.2 million US and not $35 million. Now the ministry in its own technical audit, I have a copy here, recommended that they should get Ceftec, which was the contractor, to complete installation, conduct trial and test runs, then water for the factory, land for sugarcane cultivation, and economics of importing raw sugar. This is what is on the table as an assessment of Komenda sugar. So it makes no sense. Indeed, it's a rip-off to want to sell Komenda sugar factory for $12 million. First of all, let's know, when was a competitive bid placed for an assessment of it? Who did the technical assessment of it? The Minister for Trade and Industry must answer to that. What he is doing is not in the public interest and is not for the public good. You cannot divest the state interest of $35 million US when it is not functional. But Samson, there's one worry which the administration of NDC and both the MPP must have learned from and got it corrected. At the time that we're commissioning the $35 million US, the feed, you needed to have sugar cane and farming of sugarcane in the area to feed it, apart from importing raw. So the Indian government, again available on file, provided $24.5 million to assist in the development of an auxiliary irrigation facility and to support the farming of sugarcane. Government has assessed that 24 million. So why will you go beyond 24 plus 37 to come to $12 million? Because this Indian facility is available, and I'm aware that Parliament has given approval for government to source it. This will damage even our bilateral relationship with the Indian government. Are you saying that they did not do value for money and due diligence in arriving at that figure? Ours was just as I said. I supervised the process of procurement and the award of contract, but how it was executed till the end of commissioning, I'm unable to speak to it as I don't have the official fact. So I do agree with you that the Minister for Trade and Industry must reverse his decision and engage and further consult. You see, Samson, we must take, as you have said, the public. You have every right to have erosion of confidence in the elected representative. We should take the Ghanaian public seriously. We are spending 350 to 450 million every other year as a country on sugar import. All of us sit here crying depreciation of the cedi and its epileptic fall against major international currencies. Not until you reduce your imports on sugar and rice and expand your export base, forget it. So if you have sugar, in fact, I'm told by my visit to Mauritius, sugar loves three things, and we have all in Ghana: sunshine, land, and water. I did my best to get Dipale and Savlogo sugar ranking up to Nasia through Daboya and others. There's a huge valley where Ghana even needed about 250 to 300 million which could provide employment for about 10,000 persons. I think Komenda Sugar, the minister must halt his decision. It will be complete fraud perpetuated on Ghanaians if it's sold for $12 million.
Atta Mills says it will be armed robbery. So, Kweku, how do we come to these
who did the evaluation
conclusions?
And one the transaction advisor appointed by who and when.
And having listened to Haruna again of the additional, so 37 plus 24 million.
Yes.
And here we are ready to give it out for 12 million.
I don't know whether the 24 has been disbursed, but they came to Parliament.
To Ghana?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the clarification.
Yes.
Because I'm not sure the 24 has been disbursed.
Okay. Absolutely.
Yes. That was meant for the nursery, the plantation.
Irrigation and the plantation. Yeah. You are right on that.
See, where did the $12 million come from? Have you seen any documentation?
The minister, his statement to Parliament, yes, he said
he mentioned 12 where?
12 million from
yes.
the transaction advisors. The inside that was just plain.
I didn't hear it. No, I mean it. I'm being sincere. I didn't hear it. Because the documents that I've been perusing, I haven't seen $12 million. The process to divest 70% shares of government of Ghana began under the Mahama administration. And that process was given, the contract for it was given to PwC, Pricewater. They took it. Okay. The contract was given to them August 5th, 2016. By November, December, they had finished and selected the bidder that won, Inga Farms. It's all here. This is document dated November 2016. And it is Komenda Sugar Factory bid evaluation report. Now, the technical audit done by Pricewater and is dated 17th October. You said you have a copy. Let me read it. PwC's role was to run a process to secure a strategic partner to operationalize Komenda Sugar Factory. PwC provided an asset valuation report prepared by Ascenta Property Consulting and dated 17th October 2016, which valued the assets of the factories as follows. Land and buildings, $19 million United States dollars. Plant and machinery, $34.7 million. Total, $53.7 million. This is October 17, 2016. This same body was asked to do another assets revaluation.
Quick, under 1 minute. We're out of time.
This is very important. Dated 15 September 2017. Land and buildings, $22.8 million.
That's reason.
Farmlands, $2 million. Road and civil works, $3 million. Plant and machinery, $12 million. I hope that's not where the 12 million is coming from. Others, 1 million, totaling 40.8 million. Now, this whole thing about selling, we are talking here of 70% of the shares. It's not 100%. So the principle in terms of divesting or going for PPP or strategic partner, I don't think it's in dispute. And even across the political divide, I don't think it's in dispute because the process began before the Akufo-Addo administration. It appears the Akufo-Addo administration, in principle, have accepted it and are pursuing it. What we are interested in is the integrity of the transaction in terms of the figures.
Okay.
I think that we should pursue further investigations into this matter. The 12 million, I'm not too sure where it is coming from. You said the minister said it. Is it 12 million for the 70%?
No.
Is it 12 million for the plant and machinery here?
That's what he was saying. He didn't say it will be sold at 12 million.
Interesting.
But the valuation puts the factory, as in the plant and equipment, at 12 million.
Then that is what is here.
Yes.
But if you are going to divest for 70%
of 40 million.
Okay.
Or
Then it will come
52
40.
million. Absolutely. And 70% of 40 million cannot be 12 million.
So we should be factual.
All right,
with the presentation.
sorry, but this is where we draw the curtains on today's edition, extended edition of Newsfile. I'm Samson Ladi Ayenini. As always, my outfit is by Latida B. Invoke. My guests have been Abdul Malik Kwekubaku, editor-in-chief of the New Crusading Guide newspaper, the Honorable Haruna Idrisu, minority leader, and MP Tamale South. Dr. Justice Yankson is lawyer and General Secretary of the Ghana Medical Association. Martin Pebu, you envy him, eh? Both wells, yeah. And those are both callings, both professions. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Martin Pebu
is
a lawyer
when it
and
comes to
a rights
strikes.
advocate. Thank you very much. Have a good afternoon.